Well, hello, strangers. Wait a minute. We're the strangers.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we released a video, but we're super excited to be back, and we have a lot of videos ready to be released and share this fun liveaboard life with you once again.
We missed y'all. Hope you missed us. So, where were we? Why the break?
Well, there's a few reasons. Let's see, we did have some fun travels. We'll be sharing a little bit of that with y'all coming up soon. One of the biggest things we did last year was we bought a house in Texas. And I spent a lot of months in Texas setting the house up, and it's an Airbnb. It's called Happy House. If you're ever in New Braunfels, Texas, you got to check it out. It's a happy place to stay.
So, no more boat life? We're gonna move in a house?
No, but the house is in Texas. So one of our kids and grandkids are here in San Diego, and our other son, his wife, and our two granddaughters are in Texas. So one of these days when Tom retires, we're gonna be able to spend part of our time at the house in Texas, but we're definitely gonna be spending a good half the time here on the boat because we love the boat life.
And taking the boat out, going
Yes.
down to Mexico, going up north, all the things.
Yeah, no more just heading to Glorieta Bay for the weekend. We're gonna be going on some expeditions.
Or Catalina or Dana Point, but yeah, further expeditions.
So in any case, this past year, we just spent a lot of time with family, and it was great. Had lots of fun with the grandkids, and just, life can sometimes get in the way, and our family is number one in our book always. But we're, like I said, we're super glad to be back, and we are excited to share that this marks the third year to the week since we became Liveaboards, full-time Liveaboards. And we thought we'd share with you today our 5 top takeaways after 3 years living aboard our 44-foot defeater trawler.
Why does she have her back to the audience is what I want to know.
I don't know, but she's cute. Leave her alone.
After 3 years, takeaway number 1 for me is simplicity rules. And I like simplicity. Everything's smaller. We don't have as much clutter and stuff, right? Because stuff can make things complicated. And boat life just seems simpler, more relaxed, less stress. When I come home to the boat, everything just melts away.
I like to say when you live on a boat, if you can't find something in about 3 to 4 minutes, it's probably just not here because there's not many places to look. So it really does simplify your life to have fewer possessions, fewer clothes, fewer shoes, fewer kitchen appliances, fewer everything. Just makes for a little bit easier life. And I wouldn't have necessarily thought we were that couple, but we've made it work.
Yeah, and not that simple's boring, simple's just easier sometimes.
This is true. Takeaway number 2. Living on a boat, life is full of surprises. The last thing I would call our life is routine. Somehow, boat living is synonymous with spontaneity, and that has made our life so fun and so enriching. We'll have plans, and our plans change on a dime. We will think we're going to just do chores all day or this, that, or the other, and then all of a sudden in January it's 70 degrees and sunny and we just go for a ride in our Boston Whaler. Frequently gatherings break out amongst the boat community, just completely impromptu gatherings. You always have to have something to make some quick appetizers with when you live on a boat because these kinds of gatherings happen all the time. But I don't know, I think it's one of my favorite things about life on a boat.
Yeah, I was going with full of surprises, meaning you can have something break down at any moment, surprise, or something on the boat that just kind of isn't quite right, and you might have to break out another 1,000, or as we say, boat unit. So it can surprise you that way too.
Good surprises and bad surprises.
Yeah, not to go negative, but sometimes things just surprise you that go wrong on a boat. Number 3 would be clutter can accumulate. We've talked about this before. The golden rule of owning a boat, or one of them, is something that comes on the boat, then you have to decide what you're going to take off the boat. So normally it's the same thing. Like if I like hats, right? Andrea's commented on my hat collection before.
And coffee cups. Hats and coffee cups.
So if I buy a new hat, then I need to get rid of a hat. If I get a new coffee cup, I need to get rid of a coffee cup because there's just no space for it. And then Amazon just seems to wreck you sometimes. Andrea, her famous thing is, hey, When you're coming back from work on the way down to the marina, can you stop by the storage office, the mail room we call it, and pick up some Amazon packages? And I have a little fear when I go in there, because is it going to be 5 or 6 packages, and how much stuff is this going to take up?
Not much lately though. Not much lately.
You're getting better.
Around Christmas it gets pretty crazy.
I always like to say the Amazon returns too, because it's like those just sit in a corner for a while until they're ready to go back.
Yeah. Well, clutter does accumulate very quickly in a small space, but the good news is that it's also pretty easy to get the clutter picked up relatively quickly since it's such a small space. But it's something you really have to be aware of and on guard for at all times.
I think she's looking for fish, by the way, or ducks, or seagulls, or other bird life.
Rosy posy. Takeaway number 4. Wow, we have discovered a really deep community by becoming Liveaboards. And in this particular marina on Shelter Island in San Diego, there's a number of Liveaboards on our dock. We just had a baby shower a few weeks ago. There's a cute couple a few boats down from us that brought home their brand new baby 2 weeks ago, and they're going to be raising their baby on the boat, at least for the foreseeable future. But all of our community gathered around them before the baby came and gifted them with all kinds of presents. The community goes deep because, you know, when you meet someone new in the marina, you already have one big thing in common. And so the relationships grow quickly, your proximity to your neighbors, how often you see your neighbors, all that really helps to grow relationships quickly and deeply, and that's one of the things we really value about the boat life.
We are blessed with a lot of friends worldwide, but I would say a lot of our deepest friendships are our boating community,
Sure.
our boating family, our fellow Liveaboards. It's really special community. And you instantly have stuff in common, and you're 6 feet away from each other, and you can't help but get to know people, and it's a great lifestyle. So number 5 is we feel we're living our best life ever, which is pretty fun, and we wouldn't trade it for anything.
Okay.
I'm going to turn it over to Andrea because it's starting to get dark. It's past golden hour, and I want you to still see our faces.
I would just say we love waking up on the water and just sitting out here in the evening at sunset on the water. It's just really unique. It's different. It's so different from ordinary life. Just living in a house, opening the garage, going to work all day, come home, drive the car back in the garage, watch some TV. It's just full of adventure, and we're just so grateful and blessed to have this opportunity. It is indeed the best life ever. If you've watched it to this far in the video, we just want to thank you. You're our favorite people ever. We're so glad that you've joined us. We're glad to be back with you, and we'll see y'all soon.